welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Let's go. What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. We're back at it. Everybody's played some basketball except for those Philadelphia 76ers and Milwaukee Bucks who play tonight. We only have a 2-game slate tonight, right? We got Bucks and Sixers and then Lakers and Suns, which is really fun. We had a lot of action last night, but welcome. This is the first official NBA bit of the regular season. Just want to say, too, thank you to everyone that came through and hung out all day long on Tuesday. What a great time. We had an incredible turnout. The guests were great. It was a lot of fun, and I was feeling it so bad yesterday. I was even thinking, obviously we did some shot tank, and it was, probably not my best performance. We did some playback over there too. It was just some wild times. It was some wild times. I think I'm almost back to normal, but let's see how normal the chat is this morning. We got Sneeps is here, Joker Rock, let's go, Regulators. Happy National Mule Day, says Snoopaloop. Yeah, perfect. We got a little rookie sighting from Case and Wallace last night. So good that the Chicago Bulls, after one whole-ass game, had a players-only meeting, which is just chef's kiss. The Bulls are back, as Trey Kirby would say. Hugo's here, Regulator. We got Matic Auto. We the people, the common man Stubbs, let's go. Dominating, man. He was rough. The Blazers were rough. Looking for foods here. Who else? Boston base. Harvey's back for the financial advice. Look at John Dubb. Shows up early this morning because his Pacers got a W last night. Who else? Did I miss anybody? Sneaks here. We got Drunkle. Everybody's back. We love this. Listen, everybody like the stream. Subscribe to Team Hold if you haven't. Just so you know, a 10,574. Moving on up. What we're going to do today is go over all of last night's action. We took some notes. We did all of last night's action. We'll look at some of that, poke around on, see how our So Rare squads are doing, maybe draft a couple of underdog lineups real quick tomorrow. So I'm traveling tomorrow. I am going to a wedding in the home of Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be at his house in Kansas City. So I am not, no NBA bit tomorrow. I know I bring you back. I said, hey, welcome to the routine. And then I'm like, just kidding. I'm off tomorrow. So I won't be here tomorrow. There's going to be none of that and no underdog happy hour. However, live before lock will still be happening. And fingers crossed, I should be there. If not, don't worry. We got some lovely people who will be taking over. So that's tomorrow's action. And then starting Monday, we're back at it Monday through Friday. 9 a.m. every single day. Yeah, Casey is a fun down, but I don't think I can do any underdog over there. And not that that's the most important thing in my life, but it's really good. I really enjoy it. I totally agree. Wild people are still getting married in this economy. And Sneeps letting us know in the chat, playback is back tonight for some of the hoops. So Sneeps, Weisberg, playback.tv/team hold. Very exciting. Also, you know what I noticed last night? League Pass, a little bit more affordable this year. Did the price go down? All right. A lot of talk about Wemby already in the chat. Will it be a block? Miller will be a block. Miller's will be a 3 and Scoot will be a foul. I know. You guys want to start with Dallas and Wemby? Listen, I want you to unfollow anybody that after a game where Wemby was in foul trouble that you're like, I'm out. All right. Because if you just looked at the stat line, if you just saw that Wemby had a bunch of fouls in the first half, and then really the third quarter, he picked up 2 quick ones. He came in the fourth quarter and immediately brought the Spurs back into the game after a wild one. Let's give him nice try, Josh. Let's see. But we can start with that game and then we'll go in chronological order after that if you would like. But what a fun game. Also a reminder, we can talk about Wemby all we want. But Luka Magic is the man. And you know what? Let's do a drop because we couldn't do a lot of these Top Shot drops the other day. So let's get a little Luka Magic drop here as we dive into the slate. Luka Magic. I am going to do a lot of victory laps today, all right? And I apologize, but that's just where I'm at. I'm going to be doing some victory laps after one quarter or one game of hoops. But the Mavs won 126-119, and the thing we're victory lapping right now, forward Jeremy Sohan. We talked about that a lot in our underdog best balls, even some so rares. I am excited about this Spurs team. I think they're going to lose a lot of games like they lost last night, but it's going to be fun. It's a fun team. 126, 119. Luka dropped a triple-double, and just like ain't no thing. Luka and SGA both are back, and both are going to continue to put monster numbers up. He had 33, 13, and 10. Kyrie, I legit was there. I watched like the first quarter, and then I had to look at my phone, and I was like, is Kyrie playing? And he was playing. He finished with 22 and 6, but I did not see him at all for the first quarter. Grant Williams, I'm going to tell you, as a Celtics fan, was nice to see Grant out there just actually playing basketball. I know Joe Mazzulla was a big fan of not playing Grant Williams for months at a time. Looks good to have Grant out there. Had 17 and 6. Didn't really yell at anybody too loud. That's good. Tim Hardaway Jr. kept them in the game in the first half. I feel like he was the only one knocking down shots late in the first and early in the second. He finished with 17 off the bench. But I'm sorry. Vroom, vroom. Are we taking our second victory lap of the morning? Derek Lively. So comes in off the bench in the first half, and then does some really good things. Maxi Kleber was the one who started, and then Jason Kidd went into halftime, got on the whiteboard in the locker room, and then was like, hey, Derek Lively, you're up, son. And he started the second half, finished with 16 and 10, double-double. But it wasn't just like the numbers. He's active. He looks lively. Was just all over the place, man. And what a free selection. A free selection in best ball, the very last pick of the draft. He looks fun, man. And that is like, obviously that was the missing piece. Like, if we can limit what Dwight Powell's doing out there, it's just going to be good. Yeah, Duke centers to the moon. Really good stuff. Ooh, H-Town Trill in the chat. Good to be here. But yeah, the lively stuff was fun. On the Spurs side of things, so Vassell had 23, 5, and 3. He looked fun. Jeremy Sohan, 13, 8, and 5. And then Wemby. So Wemby looked fun right away, picked up a couple fouls. The third quarter comes out, and then like 2 fouls right away. And then he was sitting with, I think he picked up his fourth, goes to the bench, comes back in at the beginning of the fourth quarter, immediately, 30 seconds, picks up a foul, goes right back to the bench. Then comes back out with, I think, like 5 minutes left. And it was just like bucket, board, assist, bucket. So he looks great. I'm very excited about this. So if anybody's saying they're out on the hype based on that alone, just call him a casual. Say they're a box score bro, because when he was out there, he was incredible. And the foul trouble was a problem though. That was not great. And Luka was just in complete control the whole time, man. He's just so good. I know he complains a lot, although I felt like he toned it down a little bit last night. It was just really, basketball is back and it feels good. That was the Mavs and the Spurs. It was a good time for Dallas. Let's go to the Beantown boys. The Celtics 108-104. It looked like the Celtics were going to run away with this in the second quarter, and I was like, yeah, baby, that's it. Number 1 seed in the East, and the Knicks just kept chipping away. But the Celtics won 108-104 in Madison Square Garden. Suck on that, Dolan. Tatum finished with 34, 11, and 4. And Zanger. Poor Zangus had 30 and 8. Al Horford, incredible reporting by everybody. I think Tatum said that Al committed the ultimate sacrifice by coming off the bench. So praise up to Al Horford, who laid his life down, much like our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Died for our sins. So Horford comes off the bench. They started White, Brown, Holiday, and then Zanger and Tatum. White had 12 and 6. Brown 11, 6, and 5. So not a lot of JB. That's something we'll pay attention to. And then Al was fine off the bench. Peyton Pritchard came off the bench. Sammy Hausick had all of that stuff. RJ though, RJ 24 and 3. Brunson at 15 and 6, and IQ 24, 6, and 4 off the bench. Oh my God, we the people trying to victory lap. Yeah, we'll talk about Marcus Smart. We'll talk about that. So 40-year-old coming off the bench probably uses Walker. I also, like, to me, and Weisberg asked me this on playback last night. They're like, oh man, like, dude, can you believe it that Al's coming off the bench? Well, Weisberg didn't sound like that, first of all. This is just like the sports media voice. Dude, yes, I can't believe why is it weird that we're like, hey, this older, aging vet who we're trying to save so he's healthy in the playoffs and is not the 5th best player. Like, he's our 6th best player. He is. So, yes, congrats for everyone being an adult, Boston. Congrats for critical thinking and adulthood. Have those tough conversations, okay? Have them. But anyways, good win for the Celtics. Knicks, whatever. No one's going to freak out there. Do you want to win the first game at home? Yeah. Jalen Brunson didn't really do too much. It's regular season Randall. I saw Jack Settleman tweet out he had bet first basket Julius Randle, and I think Randle missed like 3 bunnies to start the game, which is pretty funny. So let's go to a team that I normally don't want to talk about, except I do want to talk about Mark Williams. But the Charlotte Hornets took down the Atlanta Hawks. Final score, 116-110. Let's time to victory lap. Mark Williams, baby, 13 points, 15 boards, and then on top of that had 4 stocks, those blocks and steals combined. He looks great. He looks exciting. It was nice to see some of that LaMelo, Mark Williams 2-man game, throwing the little lob pass. I'm very excited for that. Anyways, that part of Charlotte, I am excited. Brandon Miller came off the bench at 13 and 3. LaMelo himself, who was limited in minutes a little bit. Steve Clifford out of nowhere was like, hey, BT Dubs, LaMelo's going to only play 30 minutes. And I was like, dude, that would have been great information before I made my lineups, but sick. He had 15, 10 and 6. Scary Terry had 24 and 6. But our man, your friend and mine, PJ Washington with a 25 and 5 line.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised the Hawks lost this game. Atlanta, man. You gotta at some point, dude. I know it's one game, 81 left. No need to overreact. Except we're gonna overreact a little. Atlanta, at some point, you got to start beating some teams. You really do. You really do. Trae Young at 23 and 9. Clint Capella had 15 and 13. But the one thing that I was excited to see. The last couple of weeks, we've been just being like, hey, what about Jalen Johnson? What about Jalen Johnson? So he didn't start. He came off the bench, but then dropped 21 and 7 off the bench. I'm excited. Jalen Johnson stock to the moon. Tesla brought up a good point, too. Seems like taking the under in some of these early games might be the move, kind of like the NFL. Seems like the teams with new players might be slower. Yeah, maybe with like individual stat lines. But there was a lot of points last night, especially when we get to the Pacers and Wizards, which are next. But hey, good win for Charlotte. New year, new you. Miles Bridges didn't touch the floor. Brandon Miller off the bench. Like, that's a solid starting 5, right? When you roll out PJ, LaMelo, Gordon Hayward, Mark Williams, who am I forgetting? Scary Terry. That's solid, That's solid. So, good win for Charlotte. PJ keep cooking. Mark Williams to the moon. All that stuff. We love that. We're going to continue to watch that pretty closely. Listen, I'm way too invested in Mark Williams, but I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it, and we're going to buy a jersey, I think. So far, we're buying Mark Williams jerseys, Jeremy Sohan jerseys, and then probably Benedict Mathurin jerseys. Let's talk about the Pacers and Wizards. There was 263 points in this game. The final score was 143-120. The Wizards beat the Pacers. Jordan Poole hit 0 3-pointers. So, I don't know. I thought we'd get at least one. He went 0 for 6 from 3. What else we got? 0 for 6 from 3, 7 for 18 from the field, finished with 18 and 5. Kuz led the way. People forget about Kuz, all right? Fashion forward, fun guy. Everybody's talking about Jordan Poole, Tyus Jones, Bilal Coulibaly, and you know what? Kuz out there just cooking. Shocked you're not buying a Porzingis jersey? I tend to lean away from sexual assault allegations. Those are the type of laundry I'm not interested in. So that is why I'll stay away from that. And we'll bring that up every time. Anyways, Pacers 143, dude. Bruce Brown, he is out there. Bruce Brown is out there. 24 and 3. Halliburton 20 and 11. Nice little double. Did I dabble on over 10 assists from Tyrese Halliburton? You damn right. Did it matter? No, because I needed one more blocker steal from Wemby. Mathurin though 18 5 and 4. He looks great. And then one surprising thing that I saw was Andrew Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard. Do people not know about Porzingis? Yeah, maybe because he's been on a couple of teams. Just go ahead, throw a little Porzingis into the news. Porzingis sexual assault in New York. Check it out. Dude, does no one know about this? No one knows about the Porzingis stuff? You guys, come on, guys. Guys, you gotta stay on top. Stay on top. There, how quickly we forget. But anyways, Nembhard 12-10 off the bench. Looked pretty sharp. He's pretty sharp. Boston base, shut the fuck up. Yeah, Nembhard 12-10. 12-10. Yeah, from years ago. Yeah, guys, it doesn't go away. Just because a couple of years have passed, I'm still not interested in buying his jerseys, you know? All right, let's keep going. Pacers, though, you got to feel good about that. Pacers came as advertised, right? Dropped 143 points. A lot of score in a lot of scoring in transition. A lot of fast action. Indiana Pacers. They're going to be super fun to watch. I thought, Obi Toppin. I'm continuing to plant the flag on. I think everyone's freaking out about Obi Toppin a little too much. It'll be cool to see him dunk the ball a handful of times in transition, but no. I know Tesla. I know. All right, let's keep moving. We got Magic and Rockets, and you know what? The new look Houston Rockets, they still lose by 30 plus. That's what happens. Magic win 116-86. And you know what? It was weird. No one from Orlando really you see that score line and you're like, wow, dude, Paolo must have cooked. He had 12, 5, and 5. Franz, I felt like had 19 points in the first half and then didn't score again. He had 19 and 4. Cole Anthony, 20 and 8. He was the high scorer of the game. They had 3 players. The Houston Rockets had 3 players three players scored 14 points as their leading scorer. You had Şengün had 14, 8 and 6. Dylan Brooks and Freddie Van Fleet had 14 as well. And then one other thing to note, Jonathan, I am an author, Isaac now had 11 and 4 off the bench. Something just to pay attention to, because again, that defensive stuff is going to be toy. I think they're going to have they're going to be just a really solid defensive team. And you saw what Houston, you think is going to put up more than 86 points, and then they don't. And one thing, also look at Tyler in the chat. Good morning, Tyler. One thing to pay attention to, I know one game. Let's chill. I believe it's either OKC or Brooklyn has Houston's first round pick this year. So it would be kind of nuts for them to fire out all that cash, go get Ime Udoka, and then just still suck. Yeah, they really did disappear for stretches. I mean, I really want a Jalen Green renaissance. I would like to see Jalen Green take that step, get a little bit better, and it's just we have not seen it yet. What would the title of my book be? I don't know. My first thought was people would be like, what would your wrestling name be? And it would always be I would always go with the Armenian Missile Crisis. But I feel like in these times with Armenia just getting absolutely devastated by Azerbaijan, it's not fun to use that one. So I don't know. Yeah, look that up. I also, what else you got? Rockets. Yeah, Rockets disappeared for stretches. You're right. I know. Poor Houston, man. Poor Houston. But yeah, Magic, good win for them. Again, we're not going to overreact too much here to one game, but we are going to overreact a little bit because the Cleveland Cavaliers 114, Brooklyn Nets 113, and Cam Thomas breaking brains out there. Dropped 24 points in the first half in 13 minutes. 24 in 13 minutes. Finished the game with 36 points, 3 boards, and 2 dimes in only 25 minutes. No longer Scam Thomas, it's Cam Thomas. So Jacques Vaughn, prayers up to Jacques Vaughn for finally getting our friend Cam Thomas on the court regularly. You know what? Give him a few more minutes. Ben Simmons is back, and by back, I mean putting up Draymond Green numbers. He had 4 points, 10 boards, and 9 assists. Mikal Bridges had 26 and 4 with 3 steals. But you know what? The Strus is goddamn loose. Max Strus had 27 points and 12 boards. And then Donovan Mitchell, who got away with a little push-off maybe, had 27, 6, and 5. Also, Donovan Mitchell, 4 steals too. Wow. Oh, yeah, I did forget this. Luka did drop an F-bomb in the post-game press conference, which is great. Not press conference, just in the post-game interview. Good win for Cleveland. I couldn't tell. Mobley kind of disappeared. No Jared Allen. I don't know. I think Brooklyn's going to lose a lot of games like this year. I think this is going to be the path for Brooklyn, which, if you want Brooklyn to make the playoffs, yes, it's a bummer. I don't know how that's going to happen, but they're going to be fun. They're going to be like the first 3 weeks of the New England Patriots. Not but the first couple of weeks, they lost a lot of fun, exciting, close games. I'm fine with that. Like that, I enjoy watching that type of sport. And that is what I think we're going to get from Brooklyn. You're going to get all-star caliber basketball from Mikal Bridges. You're going to have Cam Thomas go weird sometimes and just go ham like that. You'll have Ben Simmons doing weird shit. But yeah, good win for Cleveland. They snuck it out. 1-point dub. I don't think anything else about that. Max Strus. I mean, if you're going to get 27 points from Max Strus, that's why you go out there, man. That's why you go out there and you spend some money on that. Oh man, this is guys, we have like 3/4 of a cup left, and we're already hit red, so we're gonna have to pump it up. All right, let's keep going. Next up, the Heat and the Pistons, 103-102. A couple of things about this game, real quick. I was surprised Jaden Ivey did not start. The Detroit Pistons. Actually, let's get a little Detroit drop for our friend Justin.
Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball.
We love that. We love it. Detroit. So they started they started Killian Hayes over Jaden Ivey. I did not see that coming. I thought Killian Hayes was going to get like a Viking funeral. We were going to put him on like Lake Michigan and just send him out. There he is. Jay Bourne in the chat. There we go. Top Shot Tesla hot in the chat. But okay. So yes, the Pistons lost, but I think we're trending up. I think this is a good sign from a lot of things, right? Cade Cunningham's first game back after that shin injury. Would he live up to the Team USA select hype that we talked about over the summer? He dropped 30 points, 9 dimes and 3 boards. That looks good. Jalen Duren looks great. He had a nice double-double, 17 and 14. Beef stew out there with the double-double of 14 and 14. Back to the Jaden Ivey stuff. Only played 17 minutes too. Only 17 minutes off the bench. It makes me wonder, did he say something mean? James Wiseman got a fat old DNP. We talked a lot. Who's it going to be? Marvin Bagley, James Wiseman. Which redemption story are we going to get? And the real answer was none, because nobody did anything. Wiseman didn't play. Bagley did, but it was very uninspiring. On the Miami Heat side, Heat culture won out. I just wanted to, there's a lot of conversation. What are you going to do without Damian Lillard? Who's going to run point? Josh Richardson ruled out. Don't worry. We got the thick man, Kyle Lowry, man in point. And what did he do? 0 points. 1 field goal attempt in 32 minutes. I couldn't believe that. 0 points, fine. Maybe he did a lot of other stuff and I just missed it, but wow. No, 1 field goal attempt. Kevin Love, Mr. Banana Republic himself with a double-double. He had 13 and 10. Bam led the way with 22 and 8. And then Jimmy did a little bit of everything, finished the final stat line with 19 and 13. Tesla saying, do you think Monty can have an impact this season? I think so. I think they're not going to be good. They're not going to win like 40 games, and they're not going to be in the play-in or anything like that. But I think they're going to compete, man. And I think if you were Detroit, all you want to see is Cade be great. You want to see Cade take that leap. So you're like, all right, we know we have a guy that is going to lead us forward. You got Oscar Thompson, who's looked fun, right? That seems like that they smashed that pick. That seems like it's going to be great. And then you just hope that you get a little run from Jaden Ivey and that he gets a little bit better. I don't know. And Duren looks great. I think they're okay. I think they're okay. Veronica in the chat. Let's go, Veronica. She said, I can't watch another Lowry game. Let me know when he's gone. I know. Yeah. I mean, listen, you're going to be fine. It's Miami. You're going to be fine. Tyler Hero's going to get loose again. Maybe he can teach him to be a point guard. I do think it's weird that we're like, oh, man, Josh Richardson ruled out. What are we going to do? Like, I think if we are at that point where we're just being like, please, God, Josh Richardson, that's bad. That's bad. Regularly stating the Cade and Duren pick and roll needs to develop. I didn't see a lot of that. Yeah, listen, this is Lowry slander so far. This is Lowry slander just right now, okay? Let's keep going. What else? Anything else from that game? I don't know. Anybody that watched it that was really excited about it? I will continue to monitor the battle for the backup 5. There we go. Matty Harrison with another stat line. Is it Osser or Ouser? Thompson and Duren combined for 9 blocks. We like that. Raptors and Wolves. We the North. Raptor culture, North culture. I saw some great footage of Darko just like celebrating, getting dumped on after their first dub of the year. They won 97-94. A couple of fun things from this. Dennis Schroeder, 22-7. So, like, listen, is Schroeder going to be that guy? Is Schroeder going to be that guy? Scotty Barnes. So, I don't know if Point Barnes is going to work yet, but from a fantasy perspective, he absolutely is. So he had 17, 8, and 5. But the thing about Scotty that makes him so nice is that he will do the other stuff. And he had 7 stocks combined. I believe it was like 5 blocks and 2 steals or whatever, the other way around. So he looked good. Siakam didn't do too much, 15, 7, 6. And then OG and Anunoby at 20 and 6. Ant-Man continuing to cook. Not only did he drop 26 points, he also had 14 boards. Rudy had 15 and 13. Cat had 19 and 10. I think the bigger issue, like we shouted out all of those guys, you didn't get too much from anybody else on Minnesota. And I think they're going to need somebody else to step up, like whether Nas, who had 10 and 4 off the bench. It's hard to rely on Nas to be that guy when you already have so many other bigs that are going to be out there regularly. I think it's going to, they're going to need someone to step up as a shooter, whether that's Mike Conley, whether that's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I think they're just going to need some more shooting out there because that's not going to get it done. And that's probably, whatever. First game of the year, can't freak out about it. But I do think that's a disappointing L. Speaking of disappointing L's, Chicago Bulls. I am fascinated by losing one game and then immediately having a players-only meeting. Like immediately, some incredible quotes from Billy Donovan. Like, I walked back there and I saw they were yelling and I was like, do you guys want me here? And they were like, no. And then Billy left. Game 1, we were like 2 hours into the Chicago Bulls season, already having players only meetings. And this is what I would tell Chicago. The fact that you're having a players only meeting, it's not because you aren't good. It's because your expectations are boned. Because what world did you think you were going to go out there and compete this year anyways with the squad that you have? Okay. So I like Levine and DeRozan. It's not it. Those can't be your best guys. I'm sorry. So for Chicago, DDR had 20 and 5. That's DeRozan. And I don't think anybody else we don't have anything else to say about anybody on Chicago except my rookie of the year pick, the guy that I've been touting a bunch, played 25 minutes, but that's not it. That's not why I'm upset. Andre Drummond broke Chet Holmgren's ankles. One more time. Andre Drummond broke Chet Holmgren's ankles, took him to the house, and just put him on his ass. Andre fucking Drummond. That you can't have that, Chet. Can't have that. I know there's going to be some welcome to the league type stuff. Maybe you get dunked on. Maybe you get postered. That's fine. I can't have Andre Drummond crossing you up. That might be the first cross up Andre Drummond's had in his career. We can't have that. But on the OKC side of things, man, let's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA, let's continue to do it. 31-10 and 5. 31-10 and 5. Just an easy dub. Giddey at 16 and 6. Isaiah Joe, who we've talked all this excitement about, like Chet, J-Dub, J. Will, Josh Giddey, Kaysen Wallace. Isaiah Joe continues to just come off the bench and hit a bunch of threes. He went 3 for 6 from 3, 14 and 5. Good win for OKC. I'm excited. I'm hyped. SGA, MVP. We'll have to monitor what's going on with Chet. There was some Raptors talk in the chat. Let me catch up what happened over here. It's Tesla saying Scotty playing a lot closer to the basket defensively will be an absolute beast as help side defender, a lot of blocks. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm here for that stuff. Wolves are still as confusing as last year. Listen, I'm not going to freak out over one game. I know the Knicks were out there being like, hey, guess what, guys? We're monitoring Karl Anthony Towns, it's just such a dumb thing. Like, okay, cool. Me too. That doesn't mean they're interested in trading with you, but that'll be something to pay attention to. I hope they're able to figure it out. Minnesota needs some love. No, Bossa Base, I can't, not right now. Anything else here in the chat before we keep moving on? No? All right, let's keep going. The Pellies beat the Grizz 111-104. And I got to tell you, I was monitoring this game a little bit while I was getting ready for the show last night, and I was nervous because Zion had something like, I think it was like 4 points and like 1 rebound after like 12 to 14 minutes of play. And I was like, oh my God, not again. Like, he's back, but he's bad. I was real nervous. He ended up coming on strong there in the second half, finished with 23 and 7 in that W. And then I'm sure everybody's seen some of the highlights, though. There was like a 90-second clip or 90-second segment of the game where Zion just absolutely bodied Jaren Jackson Jr. with the poster. I mean, just like right up on him. Defensive player of my ass is what Zion said as he threw that down. And then the next play got a nice little alley-oop. Good win for the Pels. The Grizz, so Bane had 31-5-5, and it's going to have to be that. I think the biggest problem right there is outside of Desmond Bane, you didn't get much from anyone else. Xavier Tillman, stat-wise, had a great game. He had 17, 12, and 4. Marcus Smart in his debut had 17 points. Jaren Jackson Jr., I mean, he had 5 blocks, and we're like, hell yeah, Triple J. Only had 8 points, and you can't have that when you're missing Ja. You're missing so many dudes, right? You're going to need your second best player to get out there and get buckets. And people are going to say, well, that's not Jaren's role. Jaren's defensive player of the year. Look at what Jaren did when Ja started missing time last year when he was like, no. When he started doing that, Jaren was out there balling. You can't 8 points from your second best scorer on the team. Can't have that. Can't have that. Tesla said, as a comedian, more played out Ja gun jokes or Zion weight women jokes. I think the weight jokes of Zion are more played out. The women jokes, honestly, I'm still here for those, which out of context, that sounds like we're going to clip this and this is going to be a problem. I think we can still have fun with that. I think we can. If somebody tattoos your name on their face, and then has that type of Twitter meltdown, I think we gotta continue to talk about that. That's pretty funny. Anyways, good win for the Pels, though. I mean, like Brandon Ingram, 19-7-6, CJ 24-6. CJ's another one that I kind of like forget about that because we're so excited. Oh, we finally get Zion and Ingram. And then CJ's like, hey, I'm still here getting buckets. So good win for the Pels. I'm nervous for the Grizz, although Keith Parrish, if you guys watched any of the opening day show, he came out and reminded me that they are still good at basketball and I need to shut up. And he was right. All right, only 2 games left. Wow, how many minutes are we in? 32 minutes, 2 games left. Rolling through. Sacktown, baby. Light the beam and light Harrison Barnes. 27 points in the first half. I think the Black Falcon went 10 for 11 from the field in the first half, finished the game with 33 and 4. Sabone Bone with another Jokic-light performance with 22, 12, and 5. The Utah Jazz played 10 dudes like a lot. I first looked at their box score afterwards because I was like, how many guys did they play? And a bunch of people got 2 minutes, and I was like, holy crap. But it wasn't that. It was 10 guys played like meaningful minutes. That's too many if you are, I guess they're just trying to figure it out. Our boy Keontae George played 19 minutes, only had like 8 points, 2 boards, and 2 dimes, but we're going to bring up Keontae George every week. Lauri Markkanen had 19 and 10. Johnny Collins in his first game for the Jazz had a double-double of 15 and 11, and then Jordan Clarksonian 24 and 6. But hey, light the beam, on to the next one. 130-114. Good win for Sacktown. Keegan Murray looked good. He knocked down 4 threes, I think. Shout out to Common Man if he's in the chat still. I know he bet that over last night. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anything else? Joker Rock says that is JJ's role. The down low, big body defense and rebounding is not. I know, but he's going to get buckets, man. He has to get buckets. He's going to get more than 8 points. He has to. Otherwise they are in a lot of trouble. Also, Leon's here. Good morning, Leon. Good to see you. Yeah, we're going to talk about Portland here next, and Time Lord got some minutes there for the Blazers, and I wonder if he ends up being a target, maybe they move off of like one of their picks or one of their young guys. I don't know. They got to do something because that ain't going to cut it. I mean, Tillman was nice. Tillman and Triple J were nice, but you need more depth there because after that, it falls off pretty quick. It's a lot of big Kenny Lofton Jr. All right, last game of the night. Clip City, bitch. The Los Angeles Clippers. Ballmer's boys. 123. The Blazers 111. Scoot just kind of disappeared in the first half. He finished with 11 and 4, came on a little bit late, but that was kind of underwhelming. But listen, it's his first game of his NBA career, and you have Russell Westbrook out there just going, right, like freaking out. You got Kawhi Leonard, who's not doing anything emotionally, but is one of the better defensive players than Paul George. So I get it. Maybe he was a little overwhelmed, right? Simons had 18. Dominating was bad. I'm mad at him. I needed some performances from DeAndre Ayton, and I didn't get it. He had four whole points and 12 boards. He had 4 fouls halfway through the second quarter, so dominating the bench. Brogdon, who we all decided we weren't going to talk about anymore because they're like, dude, they get so many young guards. Brogdon's not going to play. He had 20 points in 24 minutes, I believe, off the bench, 20 and 5. Shaedon Sharpe looked fun. Stretches, he had 14, 6, and 3. On the Clippers, though, Zubats, man. I mean, like the Ty Lue doesn't like to play Zubats often, but when he does, he goes out there and crushes. He had 20 and 12. Russ had this. We got the new Russ, baby. This is what Russ is going to do: 11, 13, and 5, and on $3.5 million a year. That's great. We love that from our starting point guard. Bones had 17 off the bench, and then the big two of PG and Kawhi combined for 50. Paul George had 27 and 6. Kawhi had 23, 6 and 5. Good win. Portland's going to be bad. Portland's bad, and I thought. Maybe it's because they were playing the Clippers, and the Clippers don't really play fast. But I was like excited to watch the Blazers because I'm like, they're going to be zipping up and down. They're going to be West Coast Pacers. They're going to be bad, but they're going to be fun. And that was a tough game to watch. I did not enjoy watching it. Everybody looked lost on Portland, and again, just one game. Weisberg was saying Malcolm making his case to be to the Clippers to be traded there, and wouldn't be shocked if that's why Portland was showcasing him as much as he did. I mean, yeah, but he only played 20 minutes too. But yeah, you're right. That did look good. I mean, this is the idea, right? Like get Time Lord out there blocking some shots early on, get Malcolm Brogdon running around, and then get him out. All right, that was last night's NBA action, baby. That was 12 games. We got 2 games tonight. We've got the Bucks. We've got the Sixers. We've got James Harden not allowed to travel with the team, which I love that. Why did the 76ers send him home? So, what's funny about this? They technically can't send James Harden home because if he's physically able to play and he shows up, he has to be like a part of the team. But because he didn't go to practice leading up to this and didn't participate in preseason for the most part outside of the early practices, they were able to send him to the training facility where he can get some work done to ramp up for the regular season. So it's so funny. All of these rules are in place that just force teams to lie better. That's all it is, right? It's not that they're actually abiding by the policy set by Adam Silver in the NBA. It's that they're just lying differently. So yeah, he can't travel with the team. What will happen is after he does these like couple of trainings with the trainers, he should be eligible to play. So I wonder if this ramps up not only James Harden getting basketball ready, but also Daryl Morey getting trade ready. So I do think we're going to see James Harden get moved in the next few days, or he's going to do something weird and it'll be a little bit more uncomfortable. But anyways, we've got Sixers and Bucks tonight. The first appearance of Giannis and Dame together. And then we also have, Tyrese Maxey season, baby. Tyrese Maxey, D'Anthony Melton. We're going to get a lot of Kelly Oubre. So get ready for that. And then we have Lakers and Suns. Sadly, both Beal and Booker are doubtful for tonight after Booker's insane performance. We knew he was questionable going into that first game against the Golden State Warriors. I wonder if they're just like, hey, do we have to play him tonight? Maybe we'll give him a little rest. So it sounds like they're both not going to play, which means Yuta. We're going to get a lot of Yuta, a lot of Jordan Goodwin, a lot of Eric Gordon, and a lot of Ted Cruz, Grayson Allen. All right, we're gonna talk a little underdog and so rare. We're gonna take our first break of the day. Let's talk a little so rare before we pivot. We'll be right back. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by So Rare. Daily fantasy sports is annoying. Constantly paying attention to injury news, who's starting, who's sitting, and just having to remember to enter your lineups each and every day. With So Rare, you just have to enter your lineup once for each game week, and instead of having to pay an entry fee each time you enter a contest with So Rare, once you buy your cards, the tournaments are free. Each game week, you'll have a chance to win more card rewards to bolster up your roster. And this year, So Rare is introducing cash prizes. So sign up for So Rare today using the link in the description, and they'll start you with 20 free common cards. And by using our link, once you buy 5 cards from auction, they'll give you a 6th one free. So sign up for So Rare today and see if you can take down Mike Sorarian. Welcome back. So speaking of So Rare, we're just going to show you how pissed off I am about dominating. So Maxey hasn't played yet. This is the last night of game week 1, right? So game week 2 will start tomorrow. This is the last. Oh, wait, that didn't update. What the hell? Hold on. Let me refresh that quickly. All right, here we go. So Maxey hasn't played yet. I've got one more game of Yuta. Yuta had 18 in his first game, which was still fine at a cap of 9. I'll take it. Grant Williams had a cap of 12. He dropped 28. Look at Mark Williams, though, right there. Bang, 46. And then Dominating was the one that really disappointed, 29. So right now I'm in 13-22 out of 28, 35. But again, one more game of Yuta, and I've got a 0 from Maxey. So Maxey should be pretty good. Oh, Boston Base says, hey, Mike, speaking of players sitting, when do you think league rules on sitting stars become relevant? Who's first to get fined? Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to get fined by it. I think there's so many caveats for all of that stuff that it's not going to be a problem. So, again, the same thing with like James Harden. Going to the trainers because he's not really sent away from the same team. Like Kawhi, based on the injuries that he's had before, he's like ineligible for this stuff. So I actually don't think we're gonna see too much of it. I don't. I mean, maybe we see like one or two early on to like drive home the point, but I don't know, Boston Base. I don't think we're gonna see any of that. TBH. Because even Paul George, I think with Paul George is with his injury history, right? Because they put in all these caveats where it's like, if you've been hurt before, if you've missed a lot of time, this doesn't impact you as much. So I wonder if that's going to be moving forward the case. But yeah, that's so rare stuff. We can look at game week 2. Somebody had a question about it too when I was talking about something. It had something to do with like their current L10. Do the Caps update after the game tonight or when? Yeah, they should update right after the game. Actually, you should be able to see it if you're like building lineups for game week 2. They should already be updated, I think. Let's go. We're gonna go to play. We'll build my pickup first. Let's build my pickup. We'll just throw Jokic in there. We'll throw Russ in there. We'll throw Sohan's been great, man. We'll throw Sohan in there. We can just throw Jeremy Grant. See, oh wait, no, I put that leaves us with 20. Do we have any cheapos that we need to put in there? Campaign. All right, maybe we move off Grant. What if we do Simons instead of Grant? That gives us 26, and then we can throw in Bruce Brown. That's fun. Then we can throw Bruce Browns. Is this the weirdest week of So Rare because they're operating on last year's caps? Yeah, I mean, yes, because like they're dudes like the Portland Trail Blazers, right? All of their caps are out of whack. Like Shaedon Sharp started at a 38, and that's not how it's going to be, but that's because they were tanking so bad last season, right? I actually don't think there was nothing else that they could do, right? Because you have to work off their last 10. It's not like you can put everybody at a 0. So I think by like game week 4, it'll be a little bit more averaged out here. What's going on here? We're going to enter the rare contender right now. That's the lineup that I've been focusing the most on. And we're still like, I'm going to start like Mark Williams is going to be the first guy in because the cap of 25 is just too easy. And Grant is still a cap of 12 right now. So maybe it doesn't get updated till after. Because then we put Yuta in at 8, we might just run out the same roster, right? Because it just misses Devin Vassell, which would have been nice. So we're just going to run out the same one. Weisberg said the flopping rule might actually become a thing. Actually became a thing last night. It's a point of emphasis. Yeah, that one I think is going to be easier for them to talk about. We're doing force, I guess. And then the other thing I wanted to do before we kind of wrap up is we'll go over to Underdog here for a second. And so we talked a little bit about it last night, but something that I've been doing, I know we do pick'ems quite a bit. Also, obviously sign up for Underdog, promo code HOLD. They've got these $5 contests, the Thursday Night Hoops. So I've been doing this instead of DraftKings. I know I can't enter on my computer for whatever reason. I got to enter on my phone and then switch over. They've been doing these. I really enjoy these daily contests, right? And I'm going to draft a couple, I think, before we get out of here. I'm going to jump in one right now. I was surprised how full it is already. So it's only a 4-person draft. It's just like way, way easier. Now, I've updated my ranks for tonight too. So this isn't what the auto looks like because for whatever reason, and that's why I would get in these now. They have like Maxey was like projecting less than Yusuf Nurkic, and Austin Reeves is way down here, like way below D'Lo. So I've been like taking some shots on this early now so that I don't know. And we got influencer pick too. We're going to take Embiid. How do you guys feel about that? Like, who do you think is the best performer tonight between Embiid, Giannis, AD, KD, Dame, and LeBron? I guess a little Jeb slipped in there. But I think I like Embiid the most here. But these are so fun, right? So this is a 6-round draft. It's a 4-person draft, but then you're in contention against everybody. And it's been I really enjoy this sweat far more than FanDuel and DraftKings because one of the other nice things, right? Even if you draft somebody that's questionable, and he gets ruled out, they do a late swap for you, and you can adjust your ranking so it'll whoever like was not drafted, you have a chance of scooping them up so you don't take a 0. The only caveat is though, if they are doubtful and you draft them, you don't get that same late swap. It's only for questionable, or if like they don't have a questionable tag at all right now and then they get ruled out. All right, so we're on the clock here. Joel Embiid, welcome aboard, kid. Chop said, can't believe the Lakers are a 6-point favorite tonight versus Suns. I know. I think that, yeah, it's hard to overreact so much against after one game. I do think that it should be like closer to that, right? It should either be like, I would do like Lakers by 1 or Suns by like somewhere in that range. But I think part of that, Chops, actually, no, I take that back. Booker and Beal are not slated to play, right? So here we go. We now get 2 picks in a row. And here I think we will just go Yusuf and Austin Reeves. I think I'm taking Austin Reeves ahead of like Tobias Harris, ahead of D'Angelo Russell, ahead of those guys. I think the key right now, though, like you look, the best is to get like that 4th pick, right? Because then you draft 4th and 5th. You get AD and Dame start. So some of my best, I did some of these last night once the contest went live. And some of my best ones, I started with like, I have a lineup that started Embiid. I think it was Embiid, Dame, and Maxey. And then I had another one that was like Giannis, LeBron, and Maxey. So that's huge. There we go. Breaking news. Woj reporting the Pacers just extended Jim Carrey, Rick Carlisle, 12 to 15 million a year, bare minimum. There you go. Congrats to Ricky Dick Carlisle getting that bag, baby. That's fun. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, that would suck for Rick Carlisle if he just finally get the fun team and then they were like, you know what, we're going to go a different direction. But shout out John Dubb. The Pacers are really going to be a lot of fun this year. I'm excited to watch them. Halliburton, all-star season incoming. All right, so we started Embiid, Nurk, Reeves. The first pick is tough, man. Just because there's not a lot of difference between Embiid, Giannis, AD tonight. So like I'd almost rather 3rd or 4th pick. We're just going to double click Bobby Portis and Jordan Goodwin. Goodwin, I think, is going to be nice tonight just because we have no Booker or Beal, which is good. Here we go, Kevin. Kevin Fortune in the chat. Good to see you, K-Dog. Go Cornhuskers. I'm going to be close to you, Kevin. I'm going to be, well, not that close. I don't know how the Midwest works. I'm going to be in Missouri, which, again, no underdog in Missouri. It's brutal. I'm the only one excited to watch them. You could get in the Pacers opening night for $6. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, we the people. Oubre haven't taken in the last round. I think he just went off the board. Can't take him before that though. I think I guess I could have taken him 5-2. Yeah, I guess I could have there. I do like Oubre. I have some Oubre. I also like Eubanks tonight too, although not with Yusuf Nurkic. I don't think. We'll go Yuta. We'll go Yuta here to mix it up. But anyways, I do a bunch of these. I end up doing like 40 of these, like $200 worth, I think, by when it's all said and done. If we look at the results, like last night, they have this single entry one, and this one was fun. Speaking of Triple J, it bummed me out here. So it's basically you're only allowed to enter once. It was a $20 one, and it was like 1K up top. It's pretty flat. But I had the first overall pick, and I took Luka. And then Ant I got in the 2nd round, and I think Jimmy Butler in the 3rd round. But anyways, we went Luka, Triple J killed me. Luka, Ant-Man, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, and Cade Cunningham dropped 50 with my last pick. So these are fun. I'll do one more of these, and then we'll wrap up. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot I got to enter on my phone because I don't know why. But just a reminder, as I pull this up tomorrow, if you're just joining us, there'll be no NBA bit tomorrow morning because I'm traveling. And there'll be no underdog happy hour tomorrow either, again, because I'm traveling. So that normally on Fridays, we'll have the NBA bit there. And then we'll have the NBA bit Monday through Friday at 9, and then we'll have the underdog happy hour every Friday at 3 p.m. where we'll bring on guests. We'll do some drafts and pick'ems and stuff like this. So there we go. Do another. I will jump in. Oh, Joker Rock, did you get in this one? KC or St. Louis side? I think it's the KC side. I mean, I'm sorry. I think it's the St. Wait, KC or St. Do you mean Kansas or St. Louis? Kansas or Missouri side? I believe it's the Missouri side. I think. Now I'm confused. I don't know. It's one of Kelsey's friends. Actually, one of the people we were at, we went to Ireland with, is getting married. So their whole crew is getting married, having babies, doing all the stuff. So I'll be out there this weekend. But I will be back next week, and the NBA bit now Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Just a quick schedule update. Monday through Friday at 9. Live before lock, which I know I'm not going to be in town, but live before lock will happen tomorrow at 5 or 5:30. I'll just stay tuned. But yeah, we'll have the NBA bit Monday through Friday at 9, live before lock Mondays and Fridays at 5:30, I think. Shot Tank Wednesday nights, and then the Underdog Happy Hour, and then the Cavs. We're still figuring out what day. It's either going to be Monday. I think it's going to have to be Tuesday actually, but we'll figure out when the Cavs are happening. There we go. Looking for food. Have a good weekend, man. Enjoy. Did they decide to? No. Kelsey was already invited. It's Kelsey's like close friend group. Here we go. We're gonna take Giannis with the second pick. So somebody named Brad took Embiid first overall. But this is why I like getting the second pick or second through fourth versus the first, right? So this will probably go AD, and then it'll be a double click of KD and Dame with LeBron going next. So a Giannis Maxey start is nice. But the first pick is kind of tough when it's that close in projection. Now, if Embiid goes for like 70 points and the next highest is like 50, then of course, that changes things. But with all those projections so close of somewhere between 50 and 47, because the drop off is real here towards the late. Wow, Maxey just went third overall. So we're going to get a Giannis LeBron start, I think, which I know LeBron's only playing 30 minutes a game, probably, as I saw in the chat earlier. As the chat said earlier, probably so we can play that 65 game range, but we're still going to take LeBron next, unless somehow this dude who took Maxey third overall, maybe he's got different vibes here. Let's see who's he taking here as he times out. Is it going to be Yusuf? Okay, so this is probably going to get canceled. This one probably won't even happen, but we're going to get a Giannis Dame start, which is a lot of fun. So we got a Giannis Dame. But what sucks when somebody does this shit is it probably gets refunded because, although I don't know, I mean, all the projections are close enough that maybe it doesn't. So now we get, I think we're going to take Tobias Harris. I really like Anthony Melton tonight. I think we're going to take Tobias Harris here. I think we're going to take Toby. I don't really love Toby here, but I know the Sixers seem jacked to get him more involved in the offense. So maybe we'll take Tobias. This is going to be a full-on Philadelphia-Milwaukee game stack. The reason I took Tobias here is there's a chance I can still get DeAnthony Melton at this pick. Although HNC, again, this dude, look at this guy. He started Maxey with the third overall pick, Nurk with the sixth overall pick. K Ford said, I meant KC of St. Louis side or Missouri. If it's KC, that's closest by Midwest standards. I think it is. Okay, took Brook Lopez next. Although that one's not as crazy. So Brook Lopez and D'Lo. Melton. We'll get some Okogie exposure. I'm gonna try to go. Oh wait, we're not on the clock yet. LOL. So when Brook Lopez, D'Lo, Melton, I think we'll rank these Okogie, Middleton, and then you know what? I'll jam in Oubre. I do like Bobby Portis and Jordan Goodwin. We'll try to get two of these next of our last picks here. Let's see. This dude is going to cancel. Oh, Middleton. All right, that makes a little more sense. All right, we'll take a Kogi here, and then we'll hope Oubre is still there for our 5th round pick. Although I bet, I have an early 6th round pick. We might be able to wait till the 6th round to get him. Actually, no, I don't. All right, we'll just take Oubre here. This is for you, we the people. We'll take Oubre here. East St. Louis. Wow, there's a lot of St. Louis wedding. A lot of St. Louis love in the chat here. All right, guys. We'll see. I'll report back on Monday. I'll let you know. On Monday. Also, 10,576 subs, baby. We're still cooking. That'd be fun if we get Bobby Portis in the last round. I don't think we will, though. And let's rank these. Torian Prince, maybe. Oh, Prince is off the board. I really do like Eubanks. I'm not interested in Pat Bev. Malik Beasley's somebody I've been taking a couple late shots with. Oh, Boston base. That's right. You're going to the game on Friday. Nice, man. Aren't you like staying in Boston too? Didn't you say that? You're trying to get after it? Man, if we got Bobby Portis in the 6th round, I wouldn't hate that at all. Let's see. Come on, baby. HNC, what are you going to do, bro? HNC takes Pat Bev. Let's look at his roster. He went Maxey, Nurk, Brolo, Middleton, Prince, Bev. All right, Bobby Portis. This is my squad. Last call here. Squad is Giannis, Dame, Toby, Okogie, Oubre, Bobby Portis. There we go. There we go. All right, gang. We did it. First NBA bit of the season. In the bag. We did it. I hope everybody has a good weekend. Again, Live Before Lock will still happen tomorrow on Friday. Our man Ghost will be making his return. We might have another special guest depending on what my Wi-Fi situation is in Kansas City. I'm going to try to do it live from the hotel, but if not, it'll still be happening because game week 2 right around the corner. I hope everybody, you have a great day. Enjoy the hoops tonight. Also, we got Bucks, the Tampa Bay Bucks. We got a lot of Bucks happening tonight, right? Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for Live Before Lock.